Despite high approval ratings among Republicans, there are some MAGA voters that are already fed up with the chaos of Trump 2.0. The Wall Street Journal reports that the consumer confidence that accompanied President Trump's entry into office has basically gone away. In fact, the University of Michigan's February report on consumer sentiment found that it fell by about 5%, from 71.1% in January to 67.8% this month. That's still pretty high, let's be honest. But it is a drop. It is a drop. Now, in addition, Americans now expect inflation this year to be at 4.3%, which is a 1% increase from last month. Morning Consult also found that consumer optimism is quickly fading. Yet suddenly in the news, the conversation about inflation and rising prices, where is it? Where is it? It's pretty much disappeared, hasn't it? I mean, it's gone.
Bing, 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 boom, it's gone.
Now, they also found that consumers are worried about volatile decisions around sweeping executive orders and the potential tariffs. Now, early polling data from Trump's first days in office showed that the speed of the president's executive orders was concerning about half the country. Yes, and of course there's a reason for that. There's an effort to flood the zone in the hopes of demoralizing the opposition into quiet acceptance. Now, that has worked largely on the media and largely on Democratic leadership, which is still not quite sure how to fight this. Not quite sure what to do. Now, that said, Democratic voters have turned out. They've been basically ringing congressional phone lines off the hook. They've been showing up with demonstrations and marches. But, okay, that's Democratic voters. What about Trump's voters, as I mentioned before? Well, there's a couple of them who are not thrilled. And when I say a couple, I mean literally just a couple, right? But, you know, some of them have voiced their disapproval. It's people like Paul Bisson, who spoke to the Wall Street Journal saying, quote, "I don't like turbulence. I don't like the chaos in the market." Well, you can tell that guy's definitely a Republican. The first thing is, I don't like the chaos in the markets. The markets are very, very important to me. Yeah, of course they are, Wall Street Journal. Of course they are. Bisson, 58, creates proposals for a flight safety company and co-owns a dog daycare in San Antonio. Bisson says he wants to retire soon, but worries that Trump's policies will make the economy worse. That's not what we signed up for. We signed up for good economic times, not bad economic times. Yeah, okay. Well, here's the thing, though. Elon Musk said before the election that we were going to feel some pain. Well, I mean, he said it. Why did you not believe him? Now, that said, at the same time, you had Donald Trump claiming, no, I'm going to lower the grocery prices. They'll go down so fast. They'll go down so fast. I mean, you won't believe it. Your head will spin. Oops. Turns out Trump was lying and Elon Musk was telling the truth. You were going to feel pain, and we're going to feel a lot more pain, while the rich do not feel that pain. They're going to get massive tax cuts. Okay. Now, Bisson, getting back to him, says he hopes that the tariffs were just a negotiating tactic that will not be implemented. And so far, the only tariffs that are in effect are the 10% tariffs against China. Okay. But you still have the Canada and the Mexico tariffs that are waiting. And Trump told reporters that he will be implementing a 25% tariff on old steel and aluminum imports. Now, look, he could be using them as a negotiating tactic. True. But if he fails to negotiate a good deal, then we're going to end up being the ones who pay for it. Now, that's not good for the markets. That said, prior to the opening bell, U.S. steel and aluminum stocks did surge. So, I mean, maybe, right? Maybe that's going to be good. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Look, I'm not against tariffs in principle, right? But you do have to have a strategy behind it for them to be effective. And so we're going to see if that plays out. All right. And how it plays out. Now, there is another Trump voter that is noted in the article. It's Nicholas Schuck, who said, I just expect things will be chaotic. And that is what life is now. So now here's the thing. Well, there's a couple people who feel like this. Most of MAGA right now is loving everything that's going on. They're loving it. They're having the time of their life. Look, Donald Trump has a very high approval rating among Republicans. About 70% said he's doing what he said he's going to do. And they approve of it. 53% approval rating. Okay. Now, of course, the problem is the groceries are more expensive. So I can only guess that they mean, oh no, when he said he was going to do what, what he was talking about doing, that just means going after his political enemies. I mean, yeah, there's been plenty of that, but not much of anything on the economy, not much of anything on, trying to lower prices. So, but they do like how he's sending migrants to Gitmo. They love gutting U.S. aid because, they're under this weirdo false belief that we're spending all this money overseas. Look at all the foreign aid that we're giving. Oh, my God. But wait, the Trump administration is still giving billions of dollars in foreign aid. It's just all going to Israel now. Yeah, because of course, right? Look, I don't think there's going to be much, that sways the majority of MAGA. They're not going to wake up. All right. Maybe if the worst predictions come true, they might, but I wouldn't count on it. The majority, I'm assuming, is still, even if the worst case scenario happens, they're going to find a way to blame Joe Biden or, of course, Obama. You can count on it. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe with the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.